I'm Donika Kelly, and I'm coming to you from my couch in Iowa City. Today I'll be reading States of Decline by Taylor Johnson from the Paris Review. States of Decline, Taylor Johnson. The room is dying honey and lemon rind, soured light. My grandmother sits in her chair, sweetening into the blue velvet. Domestic declension is the window that never opens, the paint peeling, dusting the sill, and inhaled. It is an American love she lives in, my grandmother, rigored to televangelists and infomercials, losing the use of her legs, needing to be turned like a mattress. No one is coming for her. The dog is asleep in the yard, her husband obedient to the grease and garlic in the cast iron, salting her death in the wind house. So I wasn't initially drawn to this poem because of the figure of the grandmother. Part of the reason for that is I've been thinking about my own grandmother recently, and even further back, my great-grandma. And so that was the first thing that drew me to this poem. I also really love the shape of it. It's 14 lines, couplets. It's giving you sonnet feelings. But there's a way that the poem narrows, right? It declines, it gets smaller, it diminishes over the course of the poem. And so that also felt striking, the shape. Can you relax, please? And then in reading this poem, there are a few lines in here that really just, that I found just really, really striking. The grandmother sweetening into the blue velvet, rigored to televangelists and infomercials, needing to be turned like a mattress. There's a way here that Taylor Johnson's use of verbs feels so figurative, right? Like the grandmother isn't softening into the blue velvet. She's sweetening into it, right? Which is a different kind of softening. It's a kind of ripening. And it's also like that word is also holding in it, I don't know, I guess I'm just thinking like when the fruit gets sweet, right? Like it's heading into ripeness, and after ripeness, like what comes next? And I feel like the poem is working on that level, on that kind of imagistic, like the verbs are holding images. But that needing to be turned like a mattress was just, I don't know. I was like, I wish I had written that line. I mean, I wish I had not. I don't wish to have the experience or thinking that about my grandma, but there is something just so amazing about that line, so startling. And I guess I'll say maybe the final thing that I was really struck by was the movement in terms of color in the poem. So dying honey and lemon rind, this kind of gold, almost seems like sort of gives you that umber feeling of older photographs, but like this is somebody's life, right? It's not a photograph, it's a life. But there is that kind of warmth that is then turning cool, and that happens like really, really early in the poem. And I think that sets a kind of tone for what will be happening, like what is to come, right? So there's the dying honey and lemon rind, and then there's the blue of the blue velvet. I don't know. I feel like this poem is working on a lot of levels. I'm left wondering not where is the decline or who is declining, but what are the agents of declension, right? And it feels like here it's part of that's America, part of that's, trying to take care, like the husband trying to take care when what one has to take care with can actually be harmful. the televangelist, the infomercials, right? The selling and asking for things. I don't know. There's so many different levels to the decline in the poem. So again, like that's structural, that's also like content wise. And it feels like a poem that blooms the longer one sits with it. And I don't know, glad I had a chance to talk with y'all about it, or talk to y'all about it. So thank you for listening. Please stay safe. Take it easy.